Well, day one of New York City Comic Con finished up and DC brought the goods. Let's take a couple minutes to check out the Creature Commando booth, all the neat stuff that's going on there, and even an AR attraction that allows you to hang out with the Commandos yourself. This show is getting a ton of hype. Now, as many of you know, New York City Comic Con is this weekend, and I'm fully expecting a ton of details from both Marvel and DC. We heard a couple of weeks ago that Creature Commandos was going to drop their premiere episode at the event, and although the rest of us have to wait until December the 5th for it to arrive on Max, it looks like fans at the convention are going to see the first episode, and they're sharing a ton of pictures of the Creature Commando booth. Now, the booth itself has somewhat of a walkthrough event, and lets you kind of get familiar with the Commandos. This is pretty high quality stuff, and gives new fans and people at the convention a chance to get oriented with these characters and get a much better idea of what we can expect. Now, the whole thing seems to me to be kind of a security booth at Belle Reeve prison. You can see the various monitors in some of these pictures displaying the Commandos in their cells and providing little clips, a lot of which we saw in the trailer. Now, I'm not sure if they're restricting access from photography in some areas. It definitely looked like they had a guided line going into the event. And I suspect after you get all these previews, it's where you pick up some of those goodies that I'm super jealous I'm not getting. Now, I'm not gonna lie, most of these pictures came from James Gunn himself. And although I don't suspect the booth will give away any spoilers, I definitely think it's going to elaborate on some of the characters, as well as the vibe they're going to give in the upcoming series. Now, it also looks like they were giving away some really cool Creature Commando merch. Actually, it looks like dog tags. I wish I was there. And all of this is just absolutely driving the fan excitement for the upcoming project. One thing we did find out directly from James Gunn is how Creature Commandos is going to connect to Peacemaker Season 2. We already knew Rick Flag Sr. was showing up in this show and was part of the upcoming season of Peacemaker. Frank Grillo is going to be the first guy to transition from animation to live action, and I actually think he is a great cast for Frank Sr. Now, it turns out, according to Gunn, that the Creature Commandos series is going to lead directly in to Peacemaker Season 2, meaning there's a strong possibility this show ends with some kind of teaser that ties the two projects together. Does make me wonder if we'll get a short animated version of Peacemaker himself, and that would be pretty cool, but it's super clear they're tying these pieces together and that the universe building is in high gear. Now, one thing I did think was pretty cool about all of this was the augmented reality feature. Now, this came via a social media account over on X from George Jones, and he had a lot to post over the last couple of days from the event. Now, what's interesting about his post is he gave a little video of him interacting with the AR attraction, which basically places a fan in some photos and video opportunities with the other members of the team. I haven't really seen a lot of this level of stuff from Comic-Con before, and I hope this is something we get to see a lot more of, because this is a level of promotion I was not expecting. Now, like I said, we have to wait all the way to December the 5th for the first episode, but I am awaiting people at the convention who are very, very likely to bring us more details about the show. If they're presenting the whole first episode, there's really no way to keep all of this under wraps. So with that said, be prepared in the coming days, because there's going to be spoilers all over the place, and the details for the project are going to be front and center, so if you don't want it ruined for you, you need to be prepared. Now, the big question for me is, where can I get some of this merch? And I'm not talking about the t-shirts, these stickers they're having at the booth. I want them. If you're there, hit me up in direct message over on Twitter. I'll send you a couple bucks to send them my way. They are absolutely cool, and I would love to get my hands on a couple of them. I think the Commandos are super important to James Gunn's kickoff of the new DC universe, and everything we're seeing so far indicates a big win. Once we start getting first reactions to the opening episode, we're going to bring it to you right away, but I gotta know from you guys directly what you think of this booth, the tone from all the swag, and if this show has you more excited now that you see what's going on at Comic-Con than before. I was already pretty excited, and I love everything that I see. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Now, before you take off, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, ring that bell for all the updates, and make sure you get every notification, because we do daily Marvel and DC content, and we don't want you to miss any news.